The summer is almost over, and so obviously I have to continue to read summer-like books to kind of capture the feeling of sunlight, swimming, going to the beach. And what a better book to do this than Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I'm pretty excited to read this book. I am definitely a fan of Ali Hazelwood's work, and like, look at this book. This is so beautiful, and like the pool vibes, the like ooh kind of cover, like there's so much like cool vibes going on here that I'm so excited for this steamy college romance. And if you're an Ali Hazelwood fan, definitely go ahead and subscribe because there's still more books of hers that I still have not read yet. So from my understanding, this book follows along two characters, a like Olympic level swim captain and then a junior kind of like swimming person as well. And so one of the characters, what's her name, Scarlett, ends up having like some kind of injury, and so she's, I think, trying to get back into swimming, but maybe there's like some kind of underlying like trauma behind like the injury, and so she's starting to slowly do it. And then there's the swim captain, Lukas, and I guess they start to kind of help each other out. I'm not entirely sure why, but it's like they're in the same college and maybe they're both just happen to always be using the pool at the same time, and so I think he kind of helps her overcome the fears, the anxieties that she has from her injury, and then she must help him in some other way. Like I'm sure there's some kind of like deal that they made, and then of course they'll slowly start to fall in love with each other. So yeah, I don't really know too much, to be honest. I mean at this point, because I like so many Ali Hazelwood books, I just see the name Ali Hazelwood and I'm like, okay, yep, let's pick this up. And I just can't say no to this. This looks like such a good summertime read. So without further ado, let's crack this book right open. So I'm a little bit more than 100 pages into Deep End, and here are my thoughts so far. This is going to be a spicy book. I can feel it. There was that content warning at the front. There is a lot of, let's say, 50 Shades of Grey kind of stuff that I imagine is going to happen. Right now, nothing has happened yet, but there's been discussions of stuff like that that's going to happen. So yeah, that's going to be interesting, different, and like, you know, good stuff. So where I'm at right now is we're introduced to our main character, Scarlett, and she is basically a really good diver, which this book has kind of emphasized the point that there's a difference between divers and swimmers, and I didn't know that, and now I do know that. And so she's a competitive diver, and she had an injury when she was doing these like inward flips, and she ended up just real messed up, her shoulder, concussion, all of this stuff. And ever since then, she's just not been able to do that type of flip anymore. And then there's our other character, Lukas, with a K, and he is the captain of the swim team, not the diving team, the swim team. And he's won like a bunch of gold medals for the Olympics. So he's very well known throughout the entire school. And what's really cool is that Dr. Adam Carlson and Olive are in this book, and it's just such a good cameo because I did read The Love Hypothesis this year, and so when I recognized the name, I was like, oh my goodness, what a great cameo. It's so cute. I love it. And so my original thought with this book was that I thought maybe they're going to help each other swim, but that is not the case. They know each other but they're not really close, and then Scarlett becomes like closer with one of her kind of like swimming friends who's dating Lukas, but then she kind of finds out that she and Lukas are into the same kind of like kinky things, and so then she's suddenly like, interesting. And the tension is pretty good, and I'm excited to see like where this stuff is going to go, because like this might be the best written Ali Hazelwood book. There's just something so well done throughout the entire thing. Like she just feels so confident in her writing, so confident in her story and her characters, the kind of like romantic sexual kind of direction that this book is going in. And I really like that she kind of explores different kind of things in her books. Like in Bride, there was a lot of really like not as common kind of encounters in that book that I learned a lot about, and I was like, oh, now I know this is a thing. And I think this book is going to be very similar, and I'm excited for it. Cause like, come on, look at the cover. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. We're introduced to our characters, they know each other, there's a lot of steam happening, but nothing has happened. And I like that because I love the build up in this book, and I'm just like, it's gonna be so good. I feel like the payoff is gonna be so good in this book, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. So I'm gonna continue to read Deep End, and I will update you when I'm around halfway through the book, so I will see you then. So I'm definitely more than halfway through Deep End, and I think I was expecting this book to get really, really spicy, but I'm actually really happy with the balance that this book has between being spicy and like telling you that story. I just love the cameos in this book. I love the way that this book is written. I think it's so captivating and fun and interesting. And the setting itself, like with divers and swimmers, I've never really read anything about that, so that's also fun. And the spicy scenes are good. This is not like, as they say in the book, a vanilla spice. This is something different. And if you like something different, Ali Hazelwood's gotcha. But yeah, definitely enjoying this book, having a good time. I really like the relationship between all of the characters. I like the friend Pen, who was actually the person who was dating Lukas, but she's now seeing somebody else. But then like Lukas and Scarlett are seeing each other, and they're like falling in love with each other, and it seems like maybe he's actually liked her for a really long time and she's just been completely oblivious. And then like some of the self-discovery of this character and like trying to overcome this like mental block she has, I think is also done very, very well. And the pacing of this book, like there's like so much that's covered in the book, and it doesn't feel like an information, like I don't feel overloaded with information, and I think that everything kind of flows very realistically. And I'm so excited to see where it goes, because usually when you read a book, especially a romance book, it's usually like the yearning to that first kiss scene, that first other kind of intimate aspect scene. But this book does the complete opposite, because they start off by hooking up, and then now you're yearning for them to admit their feelings for each other in like a different way. So I really like how it's different, and it just feels fresh and refreshing. So yeah, great time so far. Love it. Might be Ali Hazelwood's best written book. We will see how she concludes it. So I'm going to continue to read this book, and I'll update you when I finish it. So I will see then my final thoughts and what I'm going to rate this book. Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, and this book was like, it was more wholesome than I expected, to be honest. Like the characters and the relationships, and I'm just like, there's definitely times where I was just like smiling and like giggling over some of the stuff with the characters, especially like with Lukas and with Scarlett, and even like Scarlett's friendships with like Penelope and some of the other characters, and the coaches are hilarious. And I have no idea how accurate it actually is to the world of diving, the world of swimming, but Ali Hazelwood has always been very good at getting you into the world of these characters, and I think that they are definitely heavily inspired by real kind of things in life, so I'm gonna assume that this is accurate. But this was fun. I think I expected it honestly to be a bit spicier than it actually was, but it was spicy, and it was a different kind of spice too. It wasn't vanilla. It was definitely more into like the BDSM kind of like end of things. So if you like that kind of stuff, like you'll probably like this book, because it does it in a very good way, has the usage of like safe words, like all of that stuff, because I know like it was kind of like really popular when 50 Shades of Grey came out, but then it kind of, I've heard that it kind of, you know, skewed how people understand that kind of thing, but I think that this book handles it in a realistic way, in a way that you understand both of the characters and the consent and all of that. And he's like a hot Swedish guy, like very nice. But yeah, it's really cool to watch Ali Hazelwood as an author continue to just produce book after book after book, and they're always just good. They're always good, always a good time. I think that she did just such a great job in this book. You can feel the maturity of her writing. I love the way that the characters were. They felt really, really real as well. I think these are her realest feeling characters, and she's always done like a good job with that, but there's just something about this one that really, like, she really shines in this one. And it's a good time. Usually I'm a bit, you know, worried when there's these beautiful sprayed edges, this beautiful cover with all this like artwork and stuff in it, because usually it seems like it's compensating for the content inside of the book, but that is not the case with this book. This book is absolutely gorgeous and is honestly just a really fun romance to read. So today we are going to be awarding Deep End a total of 4 stars. I feel like when it comes to romance books, I don't really have too much to say after, because like they're definitely less complex than like a high fantasy or like regular fantasy book where you go a bit more in depth into like the world and the magic and the systems and the pacing. Whereas with this one, it's a contemporary, it's nice, it flows well, the characters are realistic, it's got some good spice, it balances the spice and the relationships and the story very, very well. And all of these characters are they're really likable. It's really cool to be able to follow along like Scarlett as she's going through a very real like mental block when it comes to her diving. And I just loved the cameo with Olive and Adam. Like, that was just so good. So yeah, if you haven't read this book, honestly, you should. It might be Ali Hazelwood's best written book yet. So the next book that I'm going to be reading is Arcana Academy, which is beautiful. Look at this. I spent $44 on this book, so hopefully it's good. So if you're interested in watching me read Arcana Academy or any other book that happens to be on my never-ending TBR, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And with that, I'm going to wish you warm wishes and fish kisses, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!